I know it's been a while, guys. I said I was gonna keep updating, but we had some really bad weather for the past couple weeks. As you guys know, the whole freaking earth froze, so I have not been able to vlog. I told you guys I would show you the E90 after I threw the wheels on, and it's not exactly what I expected, but I think it's grown on me. It's been a while. It's grown on me. I think I like the other wheels better. It's growing on me. It really is. I used to not be so okay with it. I definitely don't find it as bad anymore. One thing, I did drive this car in the snow and rip my bumper off, so I will be building a splitter for this car so it holds the front of the bumper, the bottom, and then holds the bumper up so this isn't falling again. That's all gonna come in a later video. For today, I did want to work on the Subaru a little bit. Let's turn this off. I wanted to work on the Subaru a little bit because I'm having a couple of issues with the Impreza. The tranny's doing something weird. It's like slipping, shifting down. I'm not sure what it is. I tried to take it out the other day and get it to do what it was doing, and it would not do it. Seems like it only happens on long road trips. Also, the throttle was feeling a little weird. I did mess with that a little bit earlier, and I just tightened the two bolts where the throttle connects to the throttle plate. Does that make sense? I'll show you guys here in a second. Basically, I tightened the two nuts that hold the throttle cable onto the throttle plate, and that was loose, so I think the throttle's fine now. The car felt really gutless, and it makes sense now. The throttle plate wasn't opening all the way. The butterfly, whatever you guys want to call it, it wasn't opening all the way, so I'm guessing that's why the car didn't have full potential. I have not driven it, so we will start it here in a second and see what it does. So this here's what I was talking about. I had this loose. It's still loose. I haven't tightened it. I just tightened the two nuts on it, hoping that fixes the throttle issues and it stops the jittering back and forth, because that's what it was doing when I test drove it the other day. I'm gonna let the car warm up a little bit. I have to drain like a quart of fluid out of the transmission. It was a little high. I put a little bit too much when I did the flush, so I gotta pull some out, and then hopefully that fixes the transmission issue so we can get rid of this. I actually really need this gone now. I've been using it, but I need it gone now. I'm gonna probably post it up later this week if I can fix the issue. If not, we're gonna have to tear into the transmission, which I don't really want to do, but if we have to, I guess we will. Like I said, I need this gone. I forgot to put nuts on the motor mounts. Okay, throttle cable's tightened, transmissions at proper level, throttle cable's tight, and motor's tight to transmission mounts, engine mounts. So I'm gonna put this down, take it for a test drive. Camera's flashing red. I'm gonna switch batteries real quick. Hopefully that fixes our issues, because I really don't want to rebuild the transmission. So I was suggested an additive on the Facebook forums. Pretty reputable guy here within the area. He does build engines, and so he knows quite a bit about Subarus. He knows a lot more than me, definitely. So I posted on the Facebook forums asking some questions about why this transmission is shifting weird, it's shifting rough, and it shifts like it spins, like the clutches are spinning. And he said basically check your levels, and he told me to put this additive. I have not gone to buy it. I wanted to check and make sure that the level is right first, see what that did. And then I did remember that the throttle was feeling weird, so I decided to fix that. I did that as well. And I don't think the motor mounts had anything to do. I don't think the two nuts missing on the motor mounts had anything to do with this, but I did that as well. And I don't think that there's anything else, anything that I have seen, that I've noticed. There's nothing really else to this, so I'm hoping this helps. If it doesn't, I'm gonna go get that additive. Like I said, 100% I'm not sure if this is gonna fix it, but I really think this should help. The throttle was really weird at first. So I've been driving for like 30, maybe 40 minutes now. Seems like everything is fine. It's a lot better than what it was before. Shifting's a lot smoother. It's still doing that weird thing where it like kicks it into fourth, kicks it into third when it shifts down. Still doing that, so I don't know what that's going to be, but it's doing a lot better. I think messing with that throttle definitely did help, because it's not shifting odd. It used to struggle to get up to 80 going up hills, and right now it seems like it's doing really well. It's holding 80 really well in cruise control. Once it shifts down, like I said, it does kick third once it gets down into third. All right, so I just tightened the 2 nuts on the throttle cable, and it really shouldn't come off anymore. I'm hoping they don't. I'm going to drive the car for a couple of days and see how it reacts. I know these transmissions shift rough. I was doing some research, and these transmissions shift rough, and it's normal, but I think this one, since it has a lot of miles, I have to watch it a little bit more. This car literally only has 85 more miles than the E90. I just realized that. And not even, because I just put another 40, 50 miles today. So this car and the E90 almost have the same mileage, and the E90 still has the same engine. So I mean, just goes to show, I mean, BMWs, well, depending what you get. My E90 N52 with this amount of miles on the car and the engine, this one has a new engine and the transmission feels weird. My E90 completely stock. I'm pretty sure nothing's been done to it. I'm pretty sure nobody ever did anything to it. Transmission, it seems like it's completely stock. It acts stock after all the research that I've done for it. Acts stock, so I really want to say that nothing's done to that. 226,000 miles ish. I'm right about there. 226,000 miles. Still solid. This one has an engine. Transmission's being weird. Who knows what kind of beating this car had, but yeah, just goes to show German engineering. I mean, depending on what you get, a little bit better. Well, boys, seems like we're coming to an end on today's video. I know it's probably a short video, but I really needed to upload something. I told you guys a couple of videos ago I was going to start uploading more, and I have been trying, but I have just not had things to do. And the things I do have to do, I can't really do with the weather being as bad as it has been. Today's been the nicest day in about a week or 2 weeks. I honestly have not done much in the past couple of weeks. I've tried cleaning, I've tried doing little things so then I don't have to worry about it during when I'm vlogging, but still, I'm not that busy. Like I said earlier, we do have to build a splitter for the E90 because this bumper has been giving me issues. I think my alignment's good, so I really cannot mess with this camber. I don't want to camber it in. I would rather try to fix this. Yeah, it just completely broke the bumper. So the first time I ripped it off was because there was a lot of snow. I backed up and it got caught on the bumper and ripped it off. That's how the first time it ripped off, and it messed up my paint. I didn't think it was that bad, but I guess within the time and the flapping of the wind, it's gotten worse. So we're gonna have to redo this bumper again, but for sure we're gonna build the lip, and we are going to chassis mount it, and we are going to bolt the lip to the bumper. That's going to hold the bumper onto basically the chassis. I have been doing some research on how to build a splitter. A lot of people use birch plywood, which is kind of thick and heavy. This car is going to be a daily, so I really do not want to use something that thick and heavy. I'd rather go with some ABS plastic. I just found, am I zoomed in? Yes. I just found a place in Boise that does ABS plastic, sheets of ABS plastic, and that's exactly what I need. We are going to be building a splitter here within this next week. I already called for pricing. It's actually really cheap for, well, not cheap, it's a lot cheaper than what I expected it to be, at least. $100 for 1/4 inch thick 4x8 feet of ABS plastic. So I think that's going to be perfect. I'm not exactly sure how big we're going to build it. I literally just needed to hold the bumper. It's not going to be for any kind of performance mod. Really, it's just going to be a look and to hold the bumper. I need to build that at least to hold the bumper up. The tabs on the bumper were broken when I bought them to hold the bumper up from the fender, and as you guys saw right there, the tire's just rubbing really badly. So if I can build another support for the bumper, it'd be a lot better. The more time passes by, the more I realize I really need this thing moving. So I bought this for basically a service use, and as soon as I brought it home, it blew. So actually it didn't even make it home and it blew. So I do have everything for the transmission. I have every single part I need for the transmission to rebuild it. It's sitting under the tarp and I have not worked on it. Like I said, weather has sucked and I really have not wanted to come out here, and I really don't want water getting into the transmission once I build it. So I would rather wait a little bit longer, wait for some decent weather. It's supposed to snow again here within the next couple of days. I think I could knock it out tomorrow. I might give it a shot depending on what the weather looks like tomorrow. If it's like today, I should be able to knock it out in 4 or 5 hours. I more or less remember how it goes together. It's been a while and I completely tore the inside apart. So I am going to have to do some research tonight, really remember how everything goes, and then I will throw it together hopefully tomorrow. All it needed was the transmission, and then on the way here the engine blew. The engine had 300,000, almost 400 I think thousand miles, and the engine blew on the way here because the transmission would not shift past second. The third, fourth clutch pack gave out, and that is why it will not shift into third and fourth. Like I said, I did all my research on the transmission. I know exactly what I needed to fix. We got a complete rebuild and a higher quality clutch pack and some upgraded stuff that we're gonna throw in the transmission. Nothing crazy. It should hold, I think stock they hold 400 torque, and we should be able to push 500, 600. Not that we will. We might throw a cam in the engine once we throw it together, once we rebuild it, but we're not going to push any crazy numbers in this. It's literally just going to be, it might just stick around for a while. I don't know how long it's gonna be around. I want a diesel. It's literally just gonna be for the time being. Literally just to give me something to start with. If you guys made it to the end, I greatly appreciate you guys. If you guys like the video, go down, hit the like button, comment down below. Always like in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button. I gotta move this thing out of the way. I'll see you guys in the next one.